Hey gang, Anthony Fontana here, live after 5, just hanging out. We still got our Christmas lights up on the patio doors. We love those things. We're going to keep them up. So I just want to touch base real quick, and this is probably going to be the last time I need to talk about pandemic stimulus monies forever, because I don't think there's going to be another bill, at least not in the near future. I could be wrong. Who knows? So the bill is approved. It's going to be signed tomorrow. That means this is real. This has been pending. They removed around $70 billion, which is nickels compared to the almost $2 trillion bill itself. So the $1,400 checks, which a lot of people qualify for, probably close to 90 million individuals will be getting one of these. These checks are pretty much going to go on autopilot. My impression is that IRS has already figured out how to do it from the first round, so that they're already poised to hit the button and make those deposits into returns that are already filed and returns that were filed last year. So I think they have a pretty good handle on this. So once Biden signs it, you may start seeing these monies flowing as early as next week. When the first one was done, the $1,200, that money went out literally days later. So they're expecting this $1,400 to be paid out pretty quickly. I'm definitely expecting a lot of y'all to get this money starting from next week. Probably over the next couple of weeks, the money is going to go out. Now, if you don't have a checking account with IRS, so if you owed money on your 2020 tax return you've already filed, or you owed money last year and you didn't file this year, these different scenarios, IRS does not have your information. They don't keep deposit information if you owe them. Whatever's on your return as owe, if you have a bank account listed on there to take the money out, that's not going to be used to deposit anything. So if you haven't already done so, go to the portal and put your information in on the portal. A lot of people did that last year, and they were able to secure funds, but around 9 million people didn't get that money right away. Some of that money went out in the form of checks, which ran all over the country if they moved. Some of that money went out onto these debit card things, which I don't know anything about, but the debit cards were issued to people in lieu of a check once the IRS said checks aren't working. So that's how that money is going to get paid out. So if you haven't already filed your return, which a lot have not, expect them to go off of the 19 return in terms of income. So at 75,000, 112,500 head of household, and 150 if you're married, you're going to get those checks. If you have 2 kids, married couple, that's $5,600. If you have 5 kids, we're talking 9,000 just for the kids alone, and another 2,800 for you. That's 11,800. These are big numbers, right? So, but if you made more than 160,000, you're not getting a dollar. 120 if you're head of household, or 80 if you're single. Nothing. No matter how many kids you have, you're not going to get a penny of that. So that's just the way the cookie crumbled on this particular one. That's just the way it is. So that's that. So the second one I wanted to talk about is the unemployment, because this is an important one. 30% of the returns that have already filed have had unemployment on there. If it wasn't the spouse or the husband, the wife or the husband, it was both. So it's unbelievable how many returns have had unemployment this year. It's just incredible. And the amounts are huge, because people were out of work literally most of the year. So the numbers are very, very large, because the federal money was included in that. So you have that extra 600. I've seen returns here with over $30,000 in unemployment. So here's what's going to happen with that. And I want to be clear on this. The $10,200 is now officially tax-free as of Friday. So it doesn't mean 2021 money. This is only last year's money. So you got a 1099. Say it's $30,000. Well, $10,200 of it is tax-free now, but here's how it works. If you've already filed, amendments will have to be done, but we don't have the protocols or the systems in place yet to even do the amendments. There's no way to do them yet. We haven't been given guidance. So I'm not doing amendments right away, because that's just going to be a waste of time. The 1099s that were filed are tracked by IRS. They have to have their systems updated, hopefully in the next week or so, where we can actually amend those returns that have unemployment. Frankly, they should do it automatically. I got to be honest with you. We shouldn't have to amend a damn thing. They should adjust those refunds or send out the additional money based on that reduction in unemployment that is now not taxable. So that's what I think they should do. For returns that have not been filed and on the 2020 schedules, I think I was actually I'm in something with IRS where I'm like part of, I can send in suggestions. So my suggestion was, and I'm sure hundreds of guys did the same thing, where they put a line on the return pre-fill that if you have a 1099 attached to that return, it automatically pre-fills this particular box with 10,200. Just like a standard deduction would be reducing your gross income as it reduces down to adjusted gross income. So the 10,200 would automatically come off the return. That's just an idea. They may do something different. They may do something where the 1099 itself can be input, and then just the system itself will automatically reduce that 10,000 off that dollar amount. I don't know how easy that is to do. It's actually quite complex for them to do this. They don't have a lot of time to do it because they're being pressured to do it like within a week. This is IRS we're talking about. They were not prepared for this. They are prepared for the 1,400. They're not prepared for unemployment. So I think it's going to go okay. I'm not filing any returns now that have unemployment on them. I'm holding them all back. I am not going to submit them at all until I have the guidance. So that's just going to hold up money a little bit. But April 15th is around the corner, which means this has to be done at least by then. So rest assured it's going to happen, and it's going to happen pretty quickly. There's an advanced child tax credit. Clueless how they're going to implement this one. Where if you're eligible for these very large payments now that they're going to be allocated to a child's tax credits this year, they're thousands of dollars. It's like almost a tripling, I think, if you have a child 6 or under, from $2,000 to $6,000. So some of that money can be will be paid out in installments from June. From what I'm reading, June to December. Well, they don't even know how they're going to do it. They're probably going to take weeks and weeks and weeks to figure it all out, and they'll start sending that money out to people that have already filed, have a child under 6 as of 2020, and they're eligible for it. I just don't know how they're going to implement such an amazing and crazy program going forward. I don't know. They want that money to go into the houses before next season, next tax season. So get it out. I guess it's okay. The money's going to be there. And these are refundable credits anyway. So I think it's wonderful. The last one I want to say real quick, this is for my restaurateurs. $28.6 billion is going to be allocated for the restaurant and bar relief program that's in this bill. I've read nothing about this except hearsay, and it's in the bill. As soon as I see it, I'm going to be on top of it like white on rice. I think it's huge. They're expecting the money on this program to begin getting doled out in weeks. Not now, weeks from now. So they're really targeting small restaurants, obviously. I don't know what the numbers are, but I'll find out what they are, and I'll speak to that soon. So, hi, Janelle. How are you? What's going on? Hi, Frank. Oh, sorry about that. Hi, Frank. Hi, Karen. So I'm going to jump off right now. I have to eat, get back on the computer and work, but this is okay. You know, 1,400 is 1,400. It's not a tiny bit of money for a lot of people, and it's going to go back into the economy, hopefully. Spend it. There's $2 trillion sloshing around right now that has not been spent in 2020, right? So when that money starts to hit, the economy starts to open up, expect inflation, expect rates to go up, expect the stock market to hit 40,000 in the next, 24 months. If it doesn't do it this year, it'll do it next year. It's a lot of money being spent. Corporate profits are going to go up. Investment opportunities will be absolutely out of control. Start looking at, your small cap stocks. Figure out a way to put some of your savings. Maybe you can make some money this year outside of your job. So start a small business, take advantage of the tax code that way, buy some real estate, do something this year that's different from last year. So Anthony Fontani is signing off. We'll catch you guys tomorrow night, hopefully with some great training. I hope this stuff helps in the long run. It helps me because it helps me generate in my mind the path of what's happening, and I can explain it better to people that ask me. So anyway, I love you guys. Have a great night. We'll catch you tomorrow night.